Hello, YouTube. Recovered alcoholic addict here. So today I interviewed somebody and they wish to remain partially anonymous. I allow anybody I talk with on here to be uh, to have as little or much anonymity as they like. I apologize for the audio. There's a lot of echoes. I'm still very much an amateur at this, and I'm learning. So hopefully I can take care of that by the next time. But yep. Here is my friend Mike. Enjoy. Mike.
What's up?
So I was thinking of something the other day that was I thought was kind of funny. So you know how in the Salvation Army they have the person that runs the places like they call the major.
No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
and they wear a uniform and everything. And I just thought it would be really funny if like they gave everybody ranks in there, like the homeless people that come in, they just make them privates.
Wait, do they really wear a uniform?
Huh?
Does the major really wear a uniform?
Yeah, yeah.
You're lying.
Welcome to the Salvation Army, Private.
I think that's a lie.
It's not. I was there. I lived there. That's
Like
why I
what
can
kind
talk.
of like a military uniform?
Sorta, yeah. I mean, not. It is kind of. It's its own uniform, but yeah.
Dude, you're fucking with me.
I swear to God. Anyway.
What?
I just thought that was funny. Okay. So I think this is a question I'm probably going to be asking a lot of people because I think it's interesting. Nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
So, do you believe that it's a genetic thing, or it's the environment you're brought up in, or a combination of both?
I definitely think that it's both. Um, you know, both of my parents were addicts and alcoholics, and I was adopted really young. I never met them until I was 18. Um, but I think it's the environment that you're brought up in can activate that genetic predisposition.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
I,
think that was definitely
I
the
tend to
case for
agree with
me.
that. Yeah, my grandfather was an alcoholic. My father was an alcoholic, and I grew up around drugs and alcohol like everybody in my family. So I think that's definitely the right answer. So,
Heck yeah,
um,
one for one.
yeah. Let's see. Okay, so do you think like recovery has become like a popular thing today? Seems like
Yes,
it has, more
it's
so than usual.
it's funny because like I grew up in the '90s, but seeing like a rock star lifestyle in the '80s and '90s, you know what I mean? I feel like that
Yeah,
was it was popular to be bad. You know what I mean? Um, and then I think it's this new generation. You know what I mean? Just interacting with Gen Z and below at work, that kind of thing. Um, they're just not into going out and partying every weekend, from what I've seen.
yeah,
And I think a lot of celebrities as well are coming out about their sobriety or their struggles with alcohol and drugs. And so I think I think people are taking notice of like, hey, now that we have all this new information on like what addiction actually does to families and to the individual, people are kind of perking their ears up. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I just noticed like I mean, maybe it's just the people I associate myself with, but I just noticed a lot of people. I guess everybody on my timeline talking about recovery, but that's yeah, I definitely partied like a rock star. But yeah, you burn yourself out living like that. If you're a celebrity, that's double trouble because you have unlimited funds.
right. And your whole income depends on your image. You know what I mean? I think that's like a fine ride, line to ride
Yeah,
of like
look at
staying in the news and looking cool enough.
look at what happened to Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, that was a spectacular
That was
meltdown.
yeah, that was epic.
I still go back and rewatch some of like Tiger's Blood and Adonis DNA.
Winning. um, okay, so did you have trouble at all with the spiritual aspect of recovery?
I think at first, not really, because it was all I don't know. I was so far down the pipe that I was not really overthinking the spiritual aspect, if that makes sense. Um, I needed a bed, I needed a place to stay, and I needed, you know, some kind of environment that would actually keep me for longer than a week. And in treatment centers and all these places, you'll hear them hinting at like higher power or the spiritual aspect of this thing. And I wasn't overthinking it in the beginning. I was just like, okay, if we got to go to these church services or we got to go to these outside meetings or whatever,
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do it.
Let's do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of had a problem with spirituality for a long time. Like a lot of my life, I was, I guess I don't want to say I was atheist. I would say I was agnostic, but I was a nihilist. I didn't really think life had any meaning. I didn't really think we'd go anywhere when we die. Just feeling like I knew everything. But trying recovery like that, without the spiritual aspect for me, just is a miserable experience. I find myself much happier when I'm more willing and open minded to that stuff. And eventually I became that way. Thought I'd give it a shot, and I found it worked better for me.
Yeah, I think nihilism and addiction go hand in hand, right?
Such an awful way to go through life. I was so unhappy.
Yeah, if nothing means anything, then the consequences
I
of
mean,
my action are
yeah, exactly.
nothing.
That's why I did what I did, because I mean, I'm only here for a short while. Might as well live it up while I can. What's the point? You know, uh, After a while, that's not a viable way to go through life.
No, because for me, it's like if I'm drinking and using, if I don't have anything to hold on to, that makes it a whole lot easier to fall down
Yeah,
the stairs in that direction. If I'm recovering, I've got to have all of this has to mean something, right? There has to be some kind of meaning. That was
sorry, I'm trying to figure this out.
no, that whatever you just did was great.
I think I just turned the mic down. Check,
Oh,
check. No, that won't do it. Sorry.
all
Okay,
good.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I forgot what I was going to say. um, okay, so recovery burnout.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Yeah, I know you've probably experienced that before, where it's just the same meetings every week and just making your whole life about a program and stuff. It's kind of after a while, I, I can get burnt out. I do have to change it up sometimes, every now and again, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't really had a ton of problem with that, but I've heard of other people having that problem. So
I think when you get in that same routine of anything, like you just get bored with stuff, and I think we're the type of people that get bored really,
yeah,
really
we like
quick.
to we like to seek excitement. That's what our
Yeah,
life is all about.
I need something to change it up.
Yeah,
Everybody listening has probably heard me tell this. It's like my most told story of all time. Because I remember around a year sober, somebody telling me, "What are you going to do when the shine wears off?"
mm,
And I was like, "Okay." And that's always stuck with me because it's worn off, it's come back, it's worn off, it's come back.
I mean, I can't really speak on it. I haven't really stayed sober long enough. Like I've really had a lot of trouble, and the past few times it's happened, like I found myself completely baffled, man, and so ashamed and angry at myself, and just feel like such an ass. and I want to get it so bad, like I don't know, man. I just something missing there. I guess I need to. I don't know. I don't know why it happens so many times with me, but I mean, relapse is important. I mean, I don't. Have you ever relapsed? Are you one?
I have not since I've had medium term sobriety, I guess you could say. There was a ton of false starts. You know what I mean? I wasn't working on anything, but it was like all right, I've got to put this down, or I've got to put the booze down, and it
Yeah.
lasts like a week, and then for whatever reason, a good reason, according to me, creeps in for no reason at all. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like we were talking about the habits. Like when I'm deeply entrenched in a set of habits, I can kind of try to get on a different track, but it's way easier to fall back into the groove that I've been creating for years.
For me, like, I mean, I've gotten like a year. I get hit with those mental blank spots, man. That's crazy how that happens. And apparently, I have to enlarge my spiritual life, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what does that mean to enlarge your spiritual life.
That I think that that's probably been one of the biggest struggles. You know what I mean? Because I look for like tangible things. Like if I do X,
Yeah,
I receive Y, and that makes me happy. That like gives me some dopamine.
yeah.
But with spirituality, it's way different. It's like, is what we're doing right now spiritual?
Hmm. Probably not. I don't know.
Maybe in some sense. It's such a hard thing to define. Like acts of service can be spiritual. Um, assisting others can be spiritual.
I mean, yeah, I thought I was doing everything right last time. You know, I was trying to help people. I was trying to carry the message. I was trying to do H&I and sponsoring all this stuff, and it still happened. You know, and there's something missing there, and I don't know what.
It's the $1 million question, I guess.
I don't want to become homeless and jobless again. I really don't want to go through it. I'm too old, and my body is too wrecked to continue to do that.
This is the last chance. I do know though that when I want something so bad, I really hold on tight to the idea of what it should be,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I've already got it. It's just not exactly what I thought it would be, and I miss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um. Let's see. What do you think is the most difficult part of recovery? I'm sure that's different and a different answer for different people, but
I would say the spiritual aspect.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm totally with you on that. That it's like I can do the tangible stuff,
yeah,
the measurables that I'm supposed to do. You know, these set things that I'm supposed to do every day. But am I really living spiritually?
yeah. The ego creeps in easily. Like I'm trying to keep ego out of this whole thing, and
It's
you
impossible. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Why
I
do
mean,
we do it? Like in my mind over here, hopefully something I say
yeah.
can help somebody.
I
And then there's
mean,
25% of me that's like, I just love to fucking yap about myself.
yeah. I like to look smart and know what I'm
Hell
talking about,
yeah.
but I might help somebody in the process. So. Let's see. Let's see. I don't like that question. High spots and low spots.
Just in turn of
Recovery.
sobriety,
Yeah.
I think that that goes back to that question of burnout.
Yep. Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I found myself depressed and stuff. I get depressed a lot less than I used to, but I am on certain medications that kind of help me with that. But I think I need them. But you know,
that's not stuff we do when we're not sober.
yeah. I think the difficult part for me is like I want something else. I'm always wanting something else to fill that hole, that instant gratification, because I want to feel better right now, and I don't want to be patient and just focus on the spiritual part, letting something else run the show. It's difficult to do that. You can say it, but I say I do it, but I mean I try, but
Yeah,
to be honest, no, I'm still very self-centered and selfish.
I identify that with that. Like, I want something tangible. I want the new car. I want
You
a
want a
raise.
reward.
I want something that I can see, feel, touch, and use. And spirituality is not like that. It's just being okay with wherever I'm at,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like.
I mean, yeah, I've been trying to do that. I don't care if I don't have my car and license right now. I mean, living in a sober living house. Life's been a lot worse. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I don't really worry about that stuff anymore. It'll happen when it happens. What message would you give to somebody who's struggling?
I would probably say lean into people around you. And if you don't have anybody around you,
I was going to make a video about that because that reminds me. Somebody messaged me the other day that I used to know in Gastonia. He was like, so what do you do to keep the wrong people away? I was like, well, first off, you got to block out those people and go meet some good people. It's like, go to some meetings, find some winners, find some people that are they're doing what they're supposed to do, and make some new friends. That's what I did. I started my whole life over here and built a friend group from the ground up. Like my family, most of my family passed away, and there's nothing left for me there. And I came here broken, clothes on my back, and just I don't know, but I feel more fulfilled now. I mean, and the thing is, I try to tell him that, and it's like you should just go somewhere. And he's like, oh well, I got my tools, and I'm waiting on a doctor's appointment, and I got to get my license back. He's like, look, bro, uh, you can get material stuff back. The license can wait. Are you willing to choose that over a possible life changing experience?
no, because I need the tangible stuff.
No, I want my tools.
I think that you're digging on something really good there. Like I think addiction in and of itself is such a physical manifestations of it too. Like I think that the cure will be physical as well. Like if I can collect enough stuff, put it in the right order, and then I'll have this ladder I can climb.
I'll be content. Nope. Because I get all that stuff, and things go downhill for me. I sell it all, and then I end up living in the truck, and then I sell the truck, and then I end up living in the woods behind the methadone clinic, and
Real cheap tools.
That's what we do.
What else do you have?
Let's see. How has your relationship with family and friends changed since you've gotten sober?
I was with my family last night. I have a family member that's moving out of the country, so we were all kind of getting together. It's definitely gotten better. Like I remember when I was drinking and using, there was always this so much tension. You know what I mean? Because it's this unspoken secret that I know about it, and my family knows about it, but we're not talking about my addiction at the Thanksgiving table.
I think one of the worst moments in my life was when my father called me a junkie, and that hit hard. That hurt me very badly. And one of the things that bothered me a lot, people that know my father say, "Oh, he'd be so proud of you." Like he didn't get to see me try to get sober. You know, I'd like to think that they know and they're proud of me, but who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just they're very good people. My father was a great man. Uh, anyway,
What kind? I don't know. I'm not trying
no,
to
go
pry.
ahead. Go ahead.
What led up to that? That sounds like it's probably
Oh, that's when I started shooting heroin.
uh,
My ex-girlfriend started shooting heroin with me, and then I started shooting meth and heroin, and then yeah, we got an inheritance from my grandfather. We burnt through like was it $200,000 in 2 years, and I was stealing money left and right. And right when we ran out, my father passed away. And it's like, oh crap! And I was so dependent on my parents. Like I mooched off of them. I didn't know how to live life on my own without them. So when Dad was gone, I stayed in the house for as long as I could until they evicted me. I sold every single piece of furniture in there.
on Facebook Marketplace.
An app, yeah. But I justified it because he installed a lot of stuff in there, like the dishwasher, and it's like, well, he did it and he didn't get paid for it, so I'm going to sell it. That kept me going for a little while, but yeah, eventually I got kicked out, and I did not know how to live life. Like I had to start to learn very quickly. You know, coming home that wasn't for me. I started hopping around on couch to couch until nobody wanted me around anymore. And then that whole infection thing happened. I got an infection in my bloodstream, sepsis from using needles, caught in my spine, rotted a piece of my spine away right here. I was nearly paralyzed from the neck down. Had to have it fused together and still implant put in my neck. Can't turn my head no more. And I got a PICC line in for IV antibiotics. I started shooting up in that. I kept going for like a year after that. Crazy.
It is.
I'm just lucky to be here, I guess. I'm running low on questions here. I guess I thought this was going to take long. Well, if we can get to 30 minutes, I'll be fine with that. Let's see. What are you most proud of?
I don't know. I think going back to what you were just talking about, not knowing how to live life.
Yeah.
I think I'm fully self-supporting, and that was like I was so far from that.
Yeah, I'm a long way from it, but I made progress. I'm working on it. But
That's it. It's like I was so dependent on other
yeah,
stuff. Whether you wanted to give it to me or not. You know what I mean?
my dad, man, he was a member of a certain 12-step program, and he knew better. He could not bring himself to stop enabling me. He could not kick me out. And then I hate to say it, but the only way I was going to change, you know, things I guess had to work out that way, because once he was gone and everyone else is gone, I, I was able to hit that bottom finally. I was so angry at people because all these family and friends and it was like, why won't you help me? I'm just strung out, 90 pounds. It's like, I know now, like nobody wants to help somebody that don't want to help themselves.
Little crack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Enablement is a whole different conversation.
I find it difficult to tell people no. Like I have somebody who's like, I need gas money to go to it. Hang on. Let's see here. Where's it at? Is this it? I need gas money to go to a job interview. I'm like, could you just send me like $18.50? I'm just trying to get some food. Okay. I don't have a chance to eat that. Check.
Check.
Okay, well then. Okay, got it. I got all these buttons on here I haven't really had a chance to use. Mike, everybody. And we got one for when you tell a bad joke. So.
Oh, I like that.
Instead of crickets, it's just like,
I like that. But yeah, the enablement part is like, what do you expect people around that to do?
I mean, yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah, I don't blame them for it. It's just I'm still I can still be easy to walk over. There's sometimes and people ask me for that, and I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But then this person asks like every other day, and I can't do it. Like you're running game on me. It's
They
like,
need a job in sales.
yeah,
Persistence, like you need a new career path. You need to stop
you
smoking
could get a
crack.
job.
It is a I like people please.
Yeah, I like to do that because it makes me feel good about myself. I mean, I don't give like money to every single homeless person I run across. I do sometimes when I feel like it's actually helping them instead of like buying them a beer or something. It just depends. It says somewhere I read before the question is not giving, but when and how to give.
It's a
I read that somewhere.
tough line to ride through. It's I like to paint a certain image of myself and others that anything that I can do to
Yeah.
kind of further that.
Yeah,
If my motives aren't correct,
yeah.
I'm gonna try to play God and try to do
It's
certain
easy.
things.
It's easy to deceive yourself too to think you're not doing that. Like we all project. We have a certain image we project to others. Like you know, there's some kind of saying about people wearing 3 masks or something like that. I don't remember. The mask you show others. I don't remember. Whatever.
No, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. And it makes sense, right? That
Yeah.
I can do different things to different people depending on what I need.
Yeah, I'm a chameleon. I was the kind in school that could hang out with any group. I could fit in anywhere. Okay. We got 4 minutes to go.
Hey, we can talk about anything.
Yeah, anything. Man, AI is getting crazy. Have you seen it now? There's like a program you can pay. It's like $400 something a month that they can use to make movies with. And you know how usually that shit is like the uncanny valley where it's close to real, but there's something off and it seems weird. It's kind of gotten past that you can still kind of tell, but it's gotten so
Realistic.
good in such a short time. It's crazy.
That's I was reading read about. So that's kind of like the mainstream thought is that Skynet's coming, AI's taking over, it's going to replace all these jobs. And there was some people from like enterprise level um, AI endeavors, and they're like, AI fucking sucks. Like
Yeah,
they package it up really pretty.
yeah.
They say
All
they can do these certain things, but when you actually deploy it, it's it makes mistakes all the time.
it doesn't create anything. It just pulls from information that's already there. But I do think the topic of AI is very interesting. You know, you hear people like Elon Musk talk about it, and they're so afraid. It's like if we're trying to get, all right, so general intelligence AI is as intelligent as a human being, but they could do like thousands of years of our thinking in a day. You know, so every country is racing to get to that without worry about the safeguards and stuff, because whoever gets that wins the world. You know, you can do anything. And what's really kind of mind blowing to me is the super intelligent AI. You know, that's like unfathomable. It's like what do they call it? The event horizon. You know, you could imagine like self-replicating machine factories going all. You know, the whole world would be unrecognizable in a day. There's a good movie about that I saw called Transcendence. Johnny Depp. It's pretty cool.
I thought you were gonna say the Matrix.
No, well, that too. You know, that was pretty cool. But Transcendence is pretty good. Just check it out.
Definitely, that's AI is weird little. My personal opinion is that I don't think it's going to.
Well,
I don't. Just everything I've read, going back to what we were talking about, the image they want to project
yeah.
is
Oh,
on
yeah, same
this.
way with robots too. They dress it up, you know, and they got it programmed to do what they want to do, and it's not really all that. But like places like Lockheed Martin, you know, there's little dog robots you see, and how they kick them around and train them, and like they're all playful. Yeah, Lockheed Martin owns those, and they're going to put machine guns on them. That's a great idea. What could possibly go wrong? Okay,
Can AI robots get addicted to drugs? Yeah.
no, they got to be sentient. Then they're going to be like,
If you
uh,
write a computer program
yeah.
that replicates facts.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. If AI would misunderstand us, so like if you were to tell it you wanted to be happy all the time, then it would probably just start injecting you with all these chemicals. That, I don't know. It's kind of creepy.
I do think that we are going to transfer human consciousness
That would be
onto.
cool. My personal view on it, I welcome our robot overlords. If I have to go out, that would be an interesting way to go. Is the Terminator?
Terminator style.
Hell yeah!
But I think humans, we want to live forever. Like
Of
I
course.
think that's one of the
Well,
goals behind the scenes
yeah,
here.
they're trying. What they're trying to do is get AI to develop along with us with the right morals, and eventually we're gonna merge with it. I don't think so. I think what's gonna happen is AI is gonna be the next stage of evolution. It's gonna get rid of us, and that's gonna be next. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm just guessing.
I don't have enough like knowledge about it, but anything I've interacted, I think it's just picking up human flaws and
Yeah,
human habits.
yeah, but who knows where it could go? Okay, man, I appreciate this.
Yeah,
Taking your time to do this. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm very unconfident about this stuff, but I just, I'm not trying to get any traction or do anything serious with this. I'm just doing it for me and hopefully to be useful to someone else. That's the goal, and I appreciate you
yeah.
coming by.
I think doing stream of consciousness stuff like
This is cool.
it is.
I've always wanted to do something like this. I remember a teacher in my school told me, "Oh, you have a voice for radio." I wanted to go into radio. I guess this is as close as I'm getting.
Hey, this is the first step.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Session. Come on.